What if your life was an invitation and everything wasn't just happening to you, but through you? When you start to believe in the magic of you, you become it. This is your invitation to heal and rise above into the fullest expression of you. This is the Liz Svatek Show, and your transformation starts now. Let's begin.
Hi, everybody. I'm Liz Svatek, and today I'm talking about why you're stuck, like really why, and how to finally break free. You know that feeling when you walk into a room and you totally forget while you're there? Like, why did I come in this kitchen? That was me. Except the room was my whole life. I was doing everything I was supposed to be doing, raising kids, running a household, working, showing up for everyone else. But deep down, I felt like I was just going through the motions. I wasn't miserable, but I wasn't fully alive either. I kept telling myself, it's fine. I should just be grateful. One day when things calm down, I'll figure out what's next. Sound like you? But here's the thing, that one day never came. I spent years stuck in this cycle of overthinking, overdoing, wanting and waiting for clarity, and pushing my own needs and wants and desires aside until I realized something that changed everything. Nothing changes until you change. Nothing changes until you change. Nothing. And today I'm going to show you why you've been feeling stuck and how you can break free and step into momentum starting now. Let's talk about the real reason you feel stuck. And it's not what you think. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what's really, really happening when we feel like we're in limbo. Because most women, they believe they're stuck because they haven't figured out the next right step. But here's the truth. Jot this down. You're not stuck. You're in a functional freeze response. You're in a functional freeze. Your brain is designed to keep you safe, not happy. And when it perceives change as a threat, it stops moving forward. And all change feels like a threat. This is why you will sometimes overthink instead of act. It's also why you keep waiting for the right time. And it's also why you can feel drained by just thinking about making a change. So it's not really a you problem, it's a pattern problem. And today I'm going to show you how to shift it. So functional freeze is a trauma response where a person appears to be functioning in daily life, but actually is emotionally shut down or disconnected or feels very stuck and in survival mode. Unlike fight and flight, where there's obvious action, like I need to get out of here, I don't want to do this anymore, freeze mode keeps you in a state of inaction, of numbness, and of quiet exhaustion. Let me just give you some kind of key symptoms, like emotional symptoms of what a functional freeze might look like for you. It might look like feeling stuck, but you're not sure why. Like, I want change, but I can't get myself to take the action. It might look like emotional numbness, where you feel a struggle to feel deep joy or excitement or sadness. It may look like chronic overthinking, analyzing every decision from every angle, but never really moving forward. It may look like apathy or disinterest. Even things you used to love, they just don't even feel exciting anymore. It also could look like guilt and shame for not doing enough, right? You're exhausted all the time, but you still feel like you should be doing more. It also can look like feeling like you're watching your life. That's how I felt. Feeling like you're watching your life instead of living it, where everything feels like it's just going through the motions. I definitely felt that way in my life. Here are some physical symptoms of functional freeze. Low energy or just chronic exhaustion. Like no matter how much rest I get, I still feel drained. Muscle tension in the body or stiffness, like your body's bracing even when you're at rest, like you're just squeezing. Digestive issues or loss of appetite. The nervous system is dysregulated, so you may not feel like you can digest food well. Holding your breath. I used to do this one. Holding your breath, like you catch yourself holding your breath and going, ah, right? Or shallow breathing or frequent sighing. It also can look like frequent zoning out or disassociation. You struggle to stay present in conversation or tasks. Now, let me give you some behavioral symptoms of a functional freeze. When we're in a functional freeze, we're procrastinating, we're avoiding things. Tasks feel overwhelming, so you just avoid them. Or we can be overscheduling but underperforming, like filling your calendar but feeling paralyzed or not showing up or not executing. It can look like a total social withdrawal, canceling plans and just isolating yourself. It can also look like numbing behaviors, scrolling on your phone all the time, binge watching TV, or using food or alcohol as a coping mechanism. It also can look like, when you're looking at behavioral things that can be happening for functional freeze, it can look like struggling to ask for help, feeling like you should be able to handle things on your own. So, why is getting out of a functional freeze important? Because being stuck in a functional freeze keeps you in survival mode rather than in action or creation mode. You aren't just tired or lazy, your nervous system is literally shut down. And the longer you stay in a freeze, the harder it becomes to take the action. You can't build that momentum or feel fully alive again. So, recognizing that you're in a functional freeze is the first step. Moving through it is where your power returns. And this is the cornerstone of all the work I do in my Limitless class. We create a flexible nervous system in your body so you can move forward in your life. And I will leave information here if you're interested in my Limitless class to learn all these foundational tools. I will drop the link in the show notes for you. So remember, nothing changes until you change. If you want to feel limitless in your life, you have to take some action. And if you're in a functional freeze, the first step is the awareness. Wow, I'm in a functional freeze. Look at these symptoms, look at these emotional, behavioral symptoms, and ask yourself, am I in a functional freeze? Because that is why you've been feeling stuck. And now you know that you can start to break free and step into some momentum. What does that look like? Awareness, noticing, right? And then starting to get the tools to move through. Okay, so let's talk about how to break out of a functional freeze and reclaim your power. So a functional freeze is not just exhaustion. It is a nervous system response that keeps you stuck, overwhelmed, and disconnected. And the key to breaking free isn't pushing yourself harder or shaming yourself. It's learning how to re-engage with life in a way that feels safe and supportive and energizing. So here is how to start moving again, gently, intentionally, and powerfully. In my next video, I'm going to show you how to break out of the functional freeze and reclaim your power.